Hello, Flosstube. Today, sorry about that. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and today is Saturday, April, I don't know what, 17th, 18th, something like that. And today is the 17th. There it is. This is my channel about cross stitch. Flosstube update number 158. And I am over the 200 subscriber line. And so I have a little giveaway at the end of today's update. And I have a finish and some... I was going to do a new start today, but I ended up like cleaning up and organizing my cross stitch stuff, and so I didn't get around to starting anything yet. My sister's coming over to do our Sticks and Strings Three Sisters Creative update later on, so I'll probably start something new then, or maybe I'll stitch on something I already have going. I don't know. But I did some work on some Needleminders. I did a lot of stitching this week because I sort of designed and finished. I haven't FFO'd yet, but I've designed and finished a little bookmark cross stitch. And then I have some plans for the last couple weeks of April, and then I'll talk a little bit about what I plan to do for Mania, for May. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, so first of all, I spent most of last week designing and then stitching a bookmark for a friend of our family's, Byron, Byron. And so let me get this out. I have it in the wrong order here. Sorry. So I did this bookmark, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put this on the Etsy site if people want to order this. It says, "Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer." Romans 12:12. It's all in DMC threads, and I did it on 32 count linen, but you can certainly do it on 28 count. I don't know if there are a couple of half stitches, but you can kind of hear in the angel and the dove here. And I did a little bit like here on the little ends on the in, but you can kind of fake your way through that if you want, or these M's down here too. Yeah, so anyway, I designed this, and this is linen that I dyed with brown rit. So this is the finished product. And I was going to FFO it today, but like I said, I got busy doing, organizing my stuff. But I'm going to back it with this fabric on the back and just do put some interfacing to stiffen it up a little bit, and then sew it together. So that's my finish. Rejoicing in hope. And like I said, I intend to put this on the Etsy site so that people can order it and stitch it themselves if they want to make that themselves. So that was really all the stitching that I did because I wanted to finish it. We're on the 22nd is when we're doing the interment service for my mom's ashes, and that's when Byron is officiating on that, and so we're going to give him a little bit of a kind of a gift basket for various things, gift cards to some coffee places and and my older sister did a keychain for him, and my younger sister did crocheted some what do you call it, coasters, and then I made the bookmark. So we're giving it to him on the 22nd. So I have a couple days, to FFO it, and I think at the same time that I FFO that, I'll do the owl cross stitch that I finished last week. So yeah, so those two things are coming up, and so I also did one day where I sat and spent the whole day, or the whole morning or whatever, doing Needleminders, because I had talked about them and I had made a whole bunch of covered buttons. I guess a couple weeks ago when we were doing our sticks and strings video, I was just doing fabric covered buttons during the video. So I had a whole bunch of them finished, and but I had not glued magnets on the back of them yet. So so I did that. So I have some up here, but then I'll talk about those in a minute. But for the most part, these are all the covered buttons that I made. Not this one. I made that some time ago. I just stuck it in here because it was in the among the bees. So I have some bees here. These bees are on gray fabric. These three here, and this one is on yellow. And then these are also bees. They're just different. They're big bees. And then this, like I said, this bee is an older one. It was like I had put all the bees together, so I forgot that was already done. But this is a dog and a cat and a mouse. There's a little tiny mouse there. And one duck and two ducks and whales and a flower. And oops, this is a rooster. And this is another rooster, a different rooster. And these are harder to see, but they're a bunny and a duck, and this is a pig. Some sheep. There's one jumping and little sheep heads, and another sheep here. This is a little bit harder to see. These that are on the yellow fabric are, this pastel, very pale yellow fabric, are a little harder to see, but in person they're nice. Now these up here, I'll talk about those Christmas ones in a minute. These up here are our oops things, because if you see, this one has a little wrinkle in the fabric there, and then this one has a wrinkle on the back, and I think this one does also. The fabric got kind of caught up when I went to press them, and so they're not perfect. And then this one is in the oops shelf because it's a little hard to see. I don't even know if I have it upright. Yeah, I think. But these they're leaping sheep, but they're very hard to see because it's white on a yellow background. So we decided that's in the oops shelf also. So these four are a little bit, are going to be a little bit cheaper because they're, like I said, they're kind of messed up. And then, even though it's not Christmas, it's the height of summer, or the height of spring, I had these Christmas things in my box of to be made into Needleminders. So I have this Christmas tree. These are like, with little crystals in them to make them sparkly. There's a Christmas tree and a little moon Santa. And then these little wooden ones, there's a little Santa Claus and a teddy bear. Yeah. And then down here, I have these little inspirational quote things. I talked about these last week or the week before. Made into Needleminders. And so they say things like, blessed are the curious, for they shall have adventures. Live for the moments you cannot put into words. In every walk with in every walk with nature, one receives far more than they seek. Your past does not determine who you are. Your past prepares you for who you are to become. This one says, what lies before us and lies behind us are small matters compared to what lies within us. This one is, I want to be improbable and afraid of nothing as if I had wings. She dreams of faraway places and daring adventures, and hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul. So these little inspirational quotes are available. And then down here I have a couple of butterflies and elephants. So if they're not already on the Etsy site, they will be shortly. So yeah, so I made a bunch of Needleminders. And I still have some little quote button things made by this same company that did the little quote medallions. Tim Holtz is the name of the guy who did those. And but the only thing about the little other quote buttons that he made is that they're like little little medallions. They're not buttons, but they're kind of deep on the back, and so I just want to make sure that the magnets are far enough up, if you will, so that they can be easily put on your fabric. They don't like, I don't know, but anyway, I'm still working on those. But the other thing is my future plans, I guess. So for the rest of the month of April, I want to work on these. This is the other design I made, Blessed. I did a little bit of work on this last week. I think I worked on, another one of these, limbs of this tree. So this one comes down a little further. I think, yeah, I still have thread back here I'm working on. So this is the one I made for my mother. And this I want to offer on the website eventually. I still have to finish this because I've made some changes and I need to work on those on the computer. But this will be on the Etsy site as well eventually. And there's also, I don't want to show it here, but there's an alphabet on there so you can personalize it. Like I have my mom's name here and her dates, but there's an alphabet included so that you can personalize it for yourself, for somebody or whatever, however you want to do it. But it's, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted, is the verse that goes on there. And it's Matthew 5:4, yeah. So, like I said, I worked a little bit on this last weekend, I think. But this is what I hope to do, and as well as an oldie but goodie, this wolf that I'm still working on. I had put it aside for a while, and I even took it off the hoop. But I want to finish it because I don't really have that much to go. It almost looks done, but there's a little bit, because it is like full coverage down here. Up here it's not, but I have one color to go, one or two colors on this on the trees, and I think that's all I have left to do. I think the wolf itself is done. Yeah, I just have those. It's one or two colors to go here on the what's left of the trees here, and this is the Ada cloth that came with the kit, and I just dyed it this foresty green color. So there's that. So that I want to finish this because this is for my brother's birthday, which is the end of May. And so he's actually going to be here in April, but I don't have to. I want to give it to him next month, but I want to work on it now and get it done so I can FFO it because that's my weakness. And then also, I want to work on these two pieces. These are new purchases that I have not started yet, but I want to start them. So I've talked about this Easter preparation by Twin Peak Primatives. Oh, the wolf is a Bucilla kit. Sorry, I meant to say that. It's a Bucilla kit that I got at Hobby Lobby or I think, yeah, Hobby Lobby or Walmart. I don't know which one. Yeah, this is a Bucilla kit. And yeah, Bucilla. Yeah. But this is, sorry, going backwards. This is Easter Preparation by Twin Peak Primitives. And it's not very big. It's 136 by 60. And so I think I'm going to do it on this yellow cloth. I dyed this myself with yellow Rit. Yeah. So I'm going to do this Easter preparation on this. My only concern is the white that this calls for, because it calls for, you know, kind of a lot right here with this bunny and these eggs and the string and the garland here. But I think it's going to show up well. And if it doesn't, then I'll change the fabric that I'm using. But, you know, for now, that's my plan. And then also, I want to get started on Spring Scamper. The only issue is that it's pretty big. It's like, I think 236 wide by 111 high. So it's kind of big. The model was stitched on 32 count linen, I think. And so I have some pieces of 32 count that are big enough, and I did my cross stitch calculator thing, and this even weave. This is 28 count even weave, but this is a 20-inch by 24-inch piece. So I think it'll work for that. I don't know. I did some calculations, so I don't know. And if it doesn't, I have this 32 count Belfast linen that should work. And if I decide to do this, I'll probably dye it like a light blue like that, like the model. And I also have this, and this is 32 count also. 32 count linen, and that was coffee tea dyed. And this is a 20 by 27 piece. So this will fit that also, I think. It just depends on what I'm going to do. Of all the colors that this calls for, it calls for DMC and Weeks Dye Works, and then a couple of Classic Colorworks colors. And I have all the DMC, and it also has you know, a conversion for a DMC conversion if you want to do that. But I kind of want to do the called for colors. And so I'll probably have to order a bunch of them, because the only one I have of all the colors that they list, the only overdyed, I have all the DMC colors, but the only overdyed I have is Carrot by Weeks. I think it's Weeks. Anyway, Carrot is the only one I have. So that's still kind of up in the air. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was a little bit of haul. I went to Hobby Lobby just because I didn't need anything. You know, I just go there like a tick. I just like, oh, Hobby Lobby, it's open, let's go. But so I found this little charm that I think gonna make into a sister fob. But it says, I don't know what it says now. I can't. When it's dark, look for stars. I don't know. I'm on an inspirational kick lately, I guess. And then I also got like 2 strands of DMC satin. I worked with some of this before, about a year ago. I did Peter's Day Out, I think it's called. And I used a satin, like a green satin color, for his little pants that he's wearing, I think. I think I did that. So it was the green of the design that I did in satin. So I just picked up these. I might even have them already. I don't know, but because a while back, I guess last October was it, when I did the Witchy Stitchy was the name of it. Last week I couldn't remember it, but it was Witchy Stitchy was the October embroidery.com challenge. And I think it was then that I did Pandemic. And so I bought a whole bunch of every blue color they had at Joann's or Hobby Lobby or wherever. And so I might have gotten these satin blues, because I got blue DMC, like every shade of blue, and the variegated DMCs and all that. So I might have gotten these 2 satin colors. I don't know. But anyway, I got them. So I think that is everything of my future plans and what little I've done besides this bookmark, which was nothing. It was a lot of work. I was like, especially because I had to kind of unstitch part of it. I was doing. I'll talk about this again for a little bit. I had done. I started up here in the top left hand corner because I didn't want to. This is a kind of a big piece of linen. Actually, it probably would have fit the Scamper one. I don't even know. Maybe it's not big enough. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's big enough for that. But anyway, sorry. But so I started in this corner. And so I was working my way down here. And I decided I was about to here, I guess. And I had to move my hoop to get these down here. But I didn't want to move it because it was so hard to get it in the right place because I was so close to the edge. So I went across this way first and down here. And I did the lighter green also. I just did, as much as I could do with a thread, with one thread or whatever. And I also did this, the sun here. So I wanted to do all this stuff before I moved the cloth up into the hoop, up to get to this bottom area. So I did all that, and then I moved it, and then it was going along here. And so I had come down part way down here, right? So I was going along, and I got all the way up here, and I was almost, and I realized I'm off by 1. I'm too far over 1. And so I assumed it was up here because I had changed this from my original design. I had moved everything over a couple of squares because I wasn't happy with how it was, spaced. And so I moved it over, and I thought, well, this must be where I made a mistake. I must have miscounted or something when I moved it over, because it was like these three things, I think, whatever. So I thought, oh, it must be here. So I counted across here and was like, no, that's the right number of stitches, and this is all right. So what it was when I I was stitching down here, one of these, this one here, only has two stitches in between the two dark green ones. There's like two light green ones, and here there's three, I think. Anyway, I just thought they were, this is three, this is three. So I miscounted by one stitch, this down here. So I had to undo all of this and then do it over again. And then also I think I had to like undo one of these. I was messed up. But I had to redo it. And this gave me fits because I thought I had done it right when I was designing it, but then when I stitched it, it looked all wonky. So I had to undo it and undo it and redo it and undo it and redo it until it came out okay looking. So these little rays of the sun are done with 2 strands of DMC along with the it's 2/2 for the most part. So these little rays of the sun are 2 with 2 threads because the yellow doesn't show up if it's just 1. And also with the halo on the angel, I did 2 threads. And then the back stitching around the angel and around the dove is done with 1 strand. And there's a little, you can barely see it, but the beak is the bird's beak is gold also. And then the words are done with 1 strand. And down here it's a little messy because it's not great, but it's there. Yeah, the R is kind of messed up. But yeah, Romans 12:12, and the I do colonial knots instead of French knots, and they were still messed up down here because it's hard. But anyway, but at first glance it looked great. And so this also, I think there's an alphabet for this also on this design, or maybe not. Maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe it's just the quote. Yeah, it's just the quote. Now that I think about it, I didn't do the whole alphabet. I just did the quote itself. Yeah, sorry. So, but yeah. So the other thing then, finally, is the giveaway. So, I think I'm like at 208 or something like that. So I had said a couple weeks ago that when I hit 200 subscribers, I would do a giveaway. And the items that I'm giving away are, again, this berry. This is a pin cushion. It says 2020 on it. This was originally made for the Stitch Nanigans exchange we were going to do, and then of course Stitch Nanigans got canceled. This is the pattern, berry basket pin cushion by, I can't say her name again, Nicoletta Farato. And sorry about this is a little squished up. This is from, and this time I have the other page here, Just Cross Stitch magazine. So this was the original design, this berry basket pin cushion. So I did the pin cushion, and it's stuffed with walnut shells, and this is the backing fabric. And my sister Naomi had spun this yarn, and so I made it into cording to trim it. So this is 2/2 on, I don't know if this is linen. This is, I think, yeah, linen or even weave. I forget. It could be even weave, but it's stuffed with walnut shells. And then I did the same pattern as a scissor fob, and there's a little fringy thing on there. But I did it 1/1 for the scissor fob to make it little. And this is the back. So it's a little Frankenstein-y, but whatever. And then the scissors that I attached to it. So, and then the other thing is, and you'll pardon me, this is a little bit wrinkled up. I promise I'll send you a pristine one. But this little bunny that my sister designed is also part of the giveaway. And these little bobbins. These saguaro cactuses and llamas. So the bunny pattern, the bobbins, llama and saguaro, the scissor fob, upside down scissor fob. It says 1851 on the little fob, and 2020 on the pin cushion. But so this pin cushion. So those things are for the giveaway. And I had 5 people that used the word berry in comments. And so I have my decision roulette. And so right here I have the 200 subscriber berry basket giveaway, and I'm going to spin now. Oops, sorry. Trying not to blow it out here. Teresa Chuckley. I really say your last name. I'm sorry about that. Teresa Chuckley is the winner of that. So congratulations, Teresa, and thank you all for putting me over the 200 mark. It was Lazy Linda, Hildy Johnson, Teresa Chuckley, Rosie VY, and Glow and Stitches were the 5 people who signed up for the giveaway. So Teresa, you are the winner of that, and go ahead and send me your address. I may or may not have it, but if you'll email me to the email in the description box, if you'll email me your address, I can send you those prizes. So thank you, Teresa. Congratulations. And thank you to all of the people who entered the little giveaway contest. And I think that is about it. So this week, like I said, I'm going to stitch on Blessed, and I hope to finish that wolf and get a couple of new starts. And I think that's about it. My brother's coming out on the 19th, and my dad's birthday is the 20th, and then the interment for my mom is the 22nd. So this whole week is, going to be pretty busy. And a couple of my aunts and my cousin are coming all out as well. So, we're going to be going hither and yon as it is, I think. But so yeah, I hope in all that hubbub to get some stitching done. And I think that's about it. So, thank you all for, like I said, for being subscribers, for helping me get over the 200 mark. And if you know anybody who's interested in cross stitch and might want to watch, have them come and watch. And the more the merrier, and subscribe and hit the little bell so that you get all my my updates. So I think I'm gonna go and eat dinner and get ready to film later on with my sisters, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.